Hello and welcome to Beyond Games, the YouTube gaming channel about what's next. I'm John Jordan. So the news we're looking at today is this actually quite surprising headline that almost a fifth of Facebook employees are now working on VR and AR. So obviously we all know kind of what Facebook kind of is, and I guess probably broadly in the West we have seen over the last few years sort of a decline in the kind of in the reputation of Facebook for many different reasons. Certainly, I guess I find I don't use it very much anymore. And obviously, if you're running one of these very kind of high-end technology companies, you're always looking at what's next. That's kind of the point of what they do. And you know, Facebook has made a big play over the years about kind of VR. So obviously bought the company Oculus back in the day, and has released various bits of hardware, attempted various things. Nothing's really stuck. I mean, VR is one of these technologies that everyone I think understands that it is a really great technology, but it's not quite clear how it fits into people's life styles. Like, I mean, I've used various VR headsets, and they're kind of fun for a while, but it's kind of, you don't really get into a habit of, at least I don't get into a habit of kind of using them. You kind of, if something interesting comes out, you kind of use it, and then they go back in the box, sort of thing. But Facebook is obviously thinking about what's next, and has almost 10,000 employees in its division working on AR and VR. This is according to a report. Facebook hasn't announced this, so there may be some kind of uncertainty about exact numbers. But this is quite staggering. So you have 10,000 people working on AR and VR, and this is could be devices. So it could be obviously Facebook releases devices like this, actual kind of headsets, but also working on, I imagine, a lot of software to allow people to make, you know, products for these devices, and also how it's going to integrate within Facebook itself. And I guess we've seen this, you know, kind of AR and VR is still one of these. It's kind of one of these odd technologies that I guess everyone sort of kind of gets it. But it was kind of quite big, you know, 5 years ago, or there lots of interest in it 5 years ago. It never really took off, and then people kind of assume it's gone away. Well, clearly we know Facebook is working on this sort of stuff. A lot of people now at Facebook, you know, Apple similarly. I think we expect Apple to be announcing something, probably AR glasses, over the next few years. Google, although the Google Glass has gone away, sort of as a kind of as a focus product. Clearly they're still working on stuff as well. So I think there's a lot of time being spent on thinking about the technology, making it better, but equally thinking pretty much more about how you get it into the on the faces of consumers. Probably, I would think it's going to be at an entry level point. It's going to be built into glasses. That's probably the kind of sweet spot. And there's a lot of miniaturization needed to get something, you know, something like this, which is, you know, fairly easy to use. This is the Oculus Quest. But to get that down into something like the glasses that we wear, obviously have to be a bit heavier, have to have batteries in them, have to have, you know, chips, have to charge them. There's all that kind of manner of problems. But that's really where we would expect you know, the launches to be about. And until you can get something into the form factor of glasses, which obviously a lot of us wear around the world, and I don't think many of us would be upset if we started, you know, I can imagine people who don't wear glasses who are going to wear glasses if there's a really cool VR technology. You know, not everyone had a phone before smartphones came out, and smartphones were much more useful, and then everyone had one. Yeah, the moment we have this is the this picture is of the Quest 2, and that's been fairly successful. So that's $300 now. So that's a much more a much better price point and much more features than the kind of original Quest. And it is interesting, I think, that Facebook has shifted away from these very high end. The original kind of view was they were very high end, and you had to attach them to a quite a you know, expensive high end computer. So they were tethered systems. They had to be connected to a computer, and all the processing happened on the computer. Excuse me. So that's good. I think we're becoming more accessible. Clearly, people are, you know, there's only a certain number of people who had a very high-end PC, and we're going to spend, you know, hundreds of dollars buying something and then playing games on it. I think that the vision of VR and AR that we have is now clearly much wider than that. So that's good to see, at least. We were keeping an eye over the next few years as this kind of stuff starts to come out. And I guess with a lot of things, as soon as one of these companies, as soon as either Facebook or Apple or Google makes an announcement, all the other ones are going to make announcements, and we'll have quite a lot of buzz going on around VR and AR again. My personal view, probably more around AR than VR, but we will see. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is Beyond Games, the YouTube channel all about what's next for gaming. So please subscribe and thanks for watching.